Yo, what is up, everyone? Welcome into another Titans Tube episode. Justin! Justin!
Wave those flags. Wave those flags.
I didn't get a flag, dude.
You didn't go to the game. Oh, sorry. I'll ship you one through the mail. They're pretty. This is our new terrible towel. The flying flag of Titans fans. Anyway, that's not going to be a thing. Okay. Caleb, my goodness, what a game on Sunday. I mean,
OMG.
What can you say about the Titans? Nobody knows what to say. Nobody knows what to think about this team. We're down 1 week, up another week. And man, we get what we've grown almost accustomed to at this point, and that is a signature win in the midst of fighting off a 500 record. An unexpected signature win. Against the Kansas City Chiefs, final of 35-32, a high-scoring affair. What a turnaround for the offense to match Patrick Mahomes and their dynamic offense that they have there in Kansas City. And yeah, I mean, I have a note here about getting signature wins over the past few years that have become so memorable now. Wins against the Packers. We had a big win against the Seahawks early in the 2017 season. Last year, we beat the Eagles and the Cowboys, who went on to make the NFC playoffs. And, of course, we blew out the Patriots last year, who, obviously, we all know, went on to win the Super Bowl. So we, every year now, come out and play the game of our lives, it seems like, at least once. But the biggest question, of course, is how will this Titans team follow up a signature win? Because usually it's a letdown, Caleb. It is a letdown. So that is what I'm trying to look for in maintaining my excitement for this team. We're still only 5-5, but we see what this team's capable of.
Yeah, totally. I mean, and back to your point, think about all the epic, the great quarterbacks we've beaten at home over the years.
Yeah.
I mean, from Aaron Rodgers to Tom Brady to Russell Wilson to Patrick Mahomes. Do not come into our house, elite quarterbacks.
It's our house.
Because it's our house.
Unless you're Josh Allen. We can't beat Josh Allen.
Or Andrew Luck. But thank God that
Achilles heel. Oh yeah,
dude retired.
Wow. Oh man, was that a curse over the Titans? We still can't beat the Colts because we lost to Jacoby Brissett earlier this year. But we still have a game against them to right that ship. But man, was the game as exciting to watch on TV than it was to be at the game? Maybe not, but you could probably feel the energy from where you were.
I mean, no. I think the game is always more exciting to watch in person, which is a promo. If you're in Nashville and you're not going to the games, go to the damn games. Come on, people. When I was there, I used to go, and now I can't go anymore. It's sad because I'm all the way out in Colorado.
I don't know why you just don't like.
But Justin, I'm going to be there at the Houston Texans game, right? I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there.
Let's go.
Watching the Titans smash Deshaun Watson once again at home. How many times have we beaten Deshaun at home?
No. Once, actually. Once. We do have a win over.
We have two wins.
Dane Cruikshank. No, I think we just beat him once. When Dane Cruikshank caught the fake punt pass from Byard.
Was that the same game that LaShawn Sims picked off Deshaun at the end of the game?
No, that was their backup. That's when Deshaun Watson hurt himself his rookie year.
Right.
Because he blasted us in that first game that he played against us. He's blasted us in every game except last year's home game. And we didn't have Mariota. We beat him with Blaine Gabbert. So, yeah, there's more Titans football to scratch your head over.
All that to say, it was pretty freaking exciting to watch on TV. I think that's the point we were trying to make. But I would rather be at the game. But, yes, dude, I had to pinch myself and, wipe my eyes, but then at the same time, it was the most just typical Titans insanity win, over a quality team I've just come to expect. Expect the unexpected when it comes to the Titans, because we're gonna put out that unexpected time and time again.
Oh, we put out, baby. We put out
at a 500 average pace.
But you can always guarantee an elite win of the season, and we got that.
True.
Man, yeah, just you said something that I was going to follow up with a thought of my own, but that's gone. It's gone now for me. But yeah, just an epic win. Oh, I know what I was going to say. If you want to make a list of top 10 home wins in the 20 years of Titans history, I feel like at least 5 of them have come in the past 3 years, because just so recently we've gotten it done against top tier opponents.
Yes,
But
agreed.
anyway, you pretty much just said that.
Yep. Thank you for, but you said it pretty much the same. So it was worth repeating.
So we both repeated each other many times.
That's what we're good at here on Titans
That's what
Tube.
we go for.
That's why you guys are paying us
Reinforcing our
the big
own
bucks.
topics.
And talking at the same time. So
And
good.
go ahead and plug that Patreon, because you. Yeah.
Hey,
always do that.
we do have another Patreon to shout out, and I don't know his name.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and start talking about my next point, and you can look that up if you want. The big player, the big man in this game, Derrick Henry.
Oh, baby, King Henry.
OMG. What a performance. I rank this as his best game as a Titan, other than his Jacksonville game last year when he ran for like 800 yards and 13 touchdowns.
So his second best game
maybe
is
ever,
what you're saying. His second best game.
So his second best game I think he's ever played
career-wise.
as a Titan. And to a larger extent and a larger point, I feel like if it hasn't been established already, Derrick Henry is this team's MVP right now. And by definition, MVP is the most valuable player to your team, the one player you cannot lose and do without. I think is Derrick Henry. He's the heart and soul, obviously, of the offense, but he's really developed himself into an outspoken leader. He leads by example. And I might even go so far as to he is becoming the face of this franchise. He's getting into that mold with how important and how big of an impact he's had so far this year. And after last game, he's on pace to have one of the best Titans rushing seasons we've ever had. Obviously, CJ2K's 2,000-yard season, that may never be topped. But if Derrick Henry keeps playing like he is, he may wind up with one of the best rushing seasons we've ever seen here in Nashville.
Well, he's also like the only player literally on their team that the rest of the league knows, like national media and whatnot.
Yeah.
Outside of like Ryan Tannehill, but that's because everyone knows the quarterbacks for the most part. But yeah, he's like the only guy.
Well, even so.
What? Keep going.
Yeah. No, or I was going to say, even so, like a lot of talk around the Titans is, who? Remember the Titans? I don't know anything about the Titans. I can't name a single player from their team. Well, now I think Derrick Henry is really raising the eyebrows of those people that really just don't pay any attention to the Titans. They can now think and say, oh, yeah, Titans, Derrick Henry, player-team association. I think Derrick Henry has established himself as the Titan when people think about the Tennessee Titans. And I hope we resign this guy. I mean, he's given us everything that we had hoped for whenever we drafted him in the second round. It took him a couple years to get going. But he's found himself, and yeah, he shared carries early in his career with DeMarco Murray, and I think that's why he's also the MVP, is because looking at the depth behind him with Dion Lewis, it's just not there. This offense runs through Derrick Henry, and if something happens to Henry, we're going to be lost with having to give the ball to Dion Lewis and whoever the third string guy is. So Derrick Henry, MVP of the team. What a game. 188 yards, 2 touchdowns, was just rolling over Chiefs defenders.
Rolling.
I know the Chiefs, they definitely have their defensive struggles, but either way, you got to show up and execute, and that's exactly what we did. Shout out to Henry and the O-line.
Hell yeah. Henry has been great this year. He just looked like your bell cow back when he touches the ball. That's what he's looked like. He's looked great. I'm just repeating you. I'm just like,
yeah.
Derrick Henry is the man. Derrick Henry is the
He's
man.
the man. Oh man, he's in his prime. He's in his prime. There's no reason to go away from him at all. It's not this year, not next year, not the next. I hope he sticks with us because we have a good thing going.
Well, running backs wear out fast, but I do like how you said he was a leader, because leadership has been a hot topic when it comes to this Titans team. So I'm glad that you chose Derrick Henry as your leader based on production rather than Mike Vrabel choosing Dion Lewis, not based on production. I like your choice better, Justin. I just want to make that clear.
I like Henry over Dion Lewis.
Any day.
And I mean, I've got nothing against Dion Lewis. I mean, he comes in, he plays hard, he works hard. He's just not giving us any production. I mean, he's got his pros. I'm sure he does good things that show up off the stat sheet, like pass blocking, picking up blitzes when he's in the game. But as far as helping us, fundamentally move the offense and making an impact, he pales in comparison to Henry.
Dude, honestly, the one thing I was worried about with Derrick Henry on Sunday was that we weren't going to have enough quarters in the game. If this game had been 8 quarters, the dude would have never stopped running. He would have gotten 2,000 yards. Like, he was only getting better as the game progressed. Like, I was hoping we would go into overtime because he was going to put up another 100 yards in overtime. He was just getting better. The defense was wearing down, and I'm like, this is what we can do to every freaking team every week. But no, he only gets 2 carries in the first half some games. God, Arthur Smith.
Carolina game was just
so confusing.
Such a mystery how that game unfolded.
And now we have a semblance of a passing game with Tannehill. At least you know what? The one thing that's really stood out to me with Tannehill at the helm as far as from Mariota is how Tannehill is always attacking in the passing game. You think it's a threat. The passing game when Mariota was the leader, it was just manageable, man. He was kind of just a game manager. Yeah. Now game manager. Tannehill's not necessarily an elite quarterback, but our passing game is attacking defenses and is a threat. And I think that's going to help out even more down the stretch. Man, Justin, I am hyped for the second half of the season. Why do we have to wait 2 weeks? I guess a bye week is good.
I don't know. I think the bye week came at a great time. We have time to reassess and look ahead.
Every team in the NFL.
We need to get some players healthy.
What bye week does not come at the right time?
But we were starting this team. This bye week is so important when it came when it did too, because we've started to. The wear of the season has started to get to some of the players in terms of injuries. I think after the bye week, I'm expecting Casey to be back. I'm expecting Jayon Brown to return to the lineup, and I think Delanie Walker's is looking to come back. I don't know if there's been any recent news or reports if he's going to get out of that boot and start practicing, but that would be a big time
that boot
return.
Drill.
The only permanent injury, correct me if I'm wrong, has been to Malcolm Butler, which is a big loss. He was having a good year, and it sucks to see him out for the season. But I think after the bye week, he would be our only missing player from the start of the season. Could be wrong. Well, unless you want to count Mariota. I'm not counting players that got benched.
Why not? You should count them. I guess they could always come back, and Malcolm Butler cannot come back because he's on IR. Dude, I can't believe we beat the Chiefs without our top 5 players across the board on both sides. Derrick Henry is in there too.
And in talking about the defense, if you want to talk about the defense, yes, they gave up 32 points, but the big difference and a key stat in this game was the field goal attempts. Harrison Butker went 4. He kicked 5, but only made 4. Of course, the blocked field goal being that 5th one to preserve the win. But we're holding them to field goals. We didn't let them get touchdowns on 5, or I'll just say 4 different drives.
And our defense got a score.
And we were able to cash in.
Defense scored. Shout out to Rashaan Evans, baby.
And they got a defense of their own. Good point. I nearly slipped my mind. Man, what a play. Rashaan Evans.
Dude, that play
he's
single-handedly kept us in the game. It could have gotten out of hand at that point. We were barely hanging on by a thread, doing the normal stuff like shooting ourselves in the foot. But so was Kansas City. Kansas City was struggling a little bit, enough to let us hang around, but we didn't show any promise that we'd be able to make the leap into actually competing in this game until that play happened.
Right.
And then the whole momentum changed, and it's like, holy shit, we can compete with the Chiefs, and we're gonna beat them, and we're going to block your last field goal, and we're going to just beat you the last 3 times we played you, and beat Andy Reid 8 times out of the last 9. We said all of that.
All of that went through your head?
Yep.
When you saw Rashaan Evans returning the fumble for a touchdown, you were like, that's right. And next thing we're going to do is block your game-tying field goal attempt at the end. That is where this game's going.
Yeah, you can get glimpses into the future. It's kind of like Donnie Darko. You can see the immediate potential for your next. Okay, anyways, keep going.
True. But a good performance by the defense. Rashaan Evans, he also recorded a sack, as did Harold Landry. And I gotta talk about the assemblage of this defense by our Lord and Savior J-Rob, the general manager Robinson. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I keep seeing J-Rob getting criticized, like, oh man, boo-hoo, Kevin Dodd, that was a bad pick. Ooh, Jack Conklin hasn't lived up to his first year. We wasted a first rounder there. Oh, Austin Johnson, second rounder, not giving us a lot. Like, how are you looking at like, no one's going to be 100% on all of their picks, but they're looking at all the bad ones. Look at what J-Rob has brought together. Harold Landry and Rashawn Evans, first 2 picks 2 drafts ago, having outstanding seasons this year. Signing Logan Ryan, he's having an all-pro season, who leads the NFL in passes defensed.
Oh, baby.
He's got 3 interceptions, which is got to be up there. I know it's not leading or in second in the NFL, but that's solid. He's a tackling machine. I was looking at stats of tackles. Logan Ryan pops up there as a cornerback. I forget, he might be like top 20 or something like that, but there's not even another cornerback close to him. He is so active in the run defense.
Dude, he's our defensive MVP of the first half
making
of the
tackles,
year.
making plays.
Easily defensive MVP.
I was about to say, if Henry's the MVP of the offense or of the entire team, the MVP, if you want to designate one to the defense, it's definitely Logan Ryan, in my opinion.
And don't forget about we
can't
the
do
old
without
the old
Logan
mayor
Ryan
of Murfreesboro back there. Another
He's
J-Rob
good too.
pick.
He's having a good year too. Yeah. J-Rob picking Kevin Byard in the 3rd round. And especially, he does the little things right, too. I want to get to this. J-Rob's doing little things right. As far as late picks in the draft, obviously the big one is Jayon Brown, who's rounded out to be a premier player on the defense. LaShawn Sims, he's been up and down. I think he gets beat every now and then. He came into the season and on our team as the 4th cornerback, but even over the years, we've seen him get game-winning interceptions or game-changing interceptions.
Against Kansas City, 3 games ago, he had one at Kansas City.
Yeah. Yep, he did.
Late in the game.
Picked off Alex Smith in the end
zone. And we drove down and kicked that game-winning field goal in Arrowhead.
Oh, yeah. You don't have to sell
I'm telling
dude.
you.
Oh, that's up there with one of the best.
And now Suck-Up sucks.
Yeah. Oh, the kicking game is kind of a very worrisome thing going forward. But talking about some of these other little things he's done, drafting Tajay Sharp in the 5th round. Yeah, he doesn't get us a lot. He's not up there on the depth chart, but when we need to lean on him and throw him a pass, he'll come up with the ball. He's gotten to the end zone a couple times this year. He has good technique. He has great hands. He's a good route runner. I think he does everything that we ask him to, whether if it's a lot or not a lot. And of course, Josh Kalu, like, his name sounded familiar, and I had to look him up. And he was on our team in 2018. He got in a couple games. He had 4 total tackles that year. Kind of a fringe roster spot guy. But hey, J-Rob put him on the team. He's on the field for that field goal block, and look, he delivers. J-Rob getting players on this team that makes an impact, whether they're drafted in the 1st round, the 7th round, or an undrafted free agent. Another one, Anthony Ferkser, coming out of nowhere, making plays for us. He's clutch. He has great hands. He made a difference in this game, getting a touchdown catch, and coming up with a crucial catch on the game-winning drive. Sorry, I'm going on rants here, but a couple more. How about the switch from Darius Jennings to Khalif Raymond? Khalif Raymond's already given us a couple solid kick returns and had a solid deep catch in this game. A 52-yard reception from Ryan Tannehill.
Another huge play in the first half that kept us around.
Which is something that we haven't had. Yeah, something that we just don't have in this offense. He gave us a different kind of spark with his burner speed. So big-time player there. And then, of course, how about the trade for Ryan Tannehill? I mean, you could almost argue that has so far saved our season. Just the forethought of, Mariota, he's up and down, he's injury prone. I have got to make sure that this team can still be in a position to win should something happen to him. Let's go get Ryan Tannehill. He gets it done. Ryan Tannehill, 3-1 in the past 4 games as the starting quarterback, and all 3 wins have come on game-winning drives. from Ryan Tannehill.
That's just what you have to do if you're going to be.
And speaking about Henry's leadership,
look, I'm just saying, if you're going to be the Titans quarterback, you're going to have to win games on game-winning drives in the fourth quarter. I mean, that's the reason Marcus
that's how
led
we're
the
built.
league in game-winning drives in the fourth quarter since he came in, because that's just our brand of football. If you don't win, we're going to win at the very end, or we're going to get blown out and suck.
We're gonna keep it close until we have to have a game-winning drive. Sometimes it happens and sometimes it doesn't, but that's our brand of football. Unless we're playing Tom Brady and the Patriots, then we just blow you out.
Boom! Which was exactly this week
Sorry.
in the season last year. Isn't that weird? We got
Yeah.
that big
Spooky
statement win, say you, over an MVP candidate at Nissan Stadium.
And I think we followed that win up with a blowout loss.
Oh,
to the
yeah,
Colts,
we did.
But I mean, whatever.
Hey,
Who
we have a
cares?
bye week
It's
now.
not
We can't. We're
important.
going to put up exactly 0
we
points this weekend, so it might not be good.
That is true. We're saving ourselves from the immediate letdown after a signature win by having a bye week. The NFL schedule makers saved us.
Thank
so
you.
I think we're on track. We're on track to continue the momentum. But Tannehill coming in here and just, dude, I'm so on board with Tannehill, and I think the team is really rallied around him. Like, you see the fire, you see the passion, him tucking and running, him trucking that defender on the 2-point conversion, him getting up and just yelling and showing his emotion. That really helps the team feed. The team really feeds off that.
And he's been money on some of those passes,
that
man.
Gets me fired up too.
He's been money on some of those passes.
Yeah.
Even the 4th and
sure
17
has.
to A.J. Brown, that one should have been defensive pass interference, I thought, but landed right in his bread basket as he was on the ground. Like, it was a perfect pass. Still.
I think it surprised A.J. Brown. He was like,
He was
"How
like,
is the
oh my
ball
God, it
literally in
landed
my lap?
right
I fell over."
in my gut. And then he was like, oops,
Yeah,
dropped it.
That was, it's unreal. I was a little bit disappointed in A.J. Brown because he also had the deep throw that he could have come down with it. The defender was right on him, if you know what I'm talking about. It was late in the game. It was over his shoulder. And I feel like A.J. Brown would normally come down with
He'll
with
get
that
there, man.
pass.
He'll get there.
But that's like another thing. Like, speaking of how great our offense was, and it was on the back of Derrick Henry, of course, there's still questions about the passing offense's scheme. Like, I'm wrapping my head around how in the world, especially when Corey Davis is out for the game, does A.J. Brown and Adam Humphries not get their first catch until the fourth quarter? Like, how I don't understand how that happens. Obviously, they were both huge catches, especially Adam Humphries. But I don't know. I don't even think they were targeted until the fourth quarter. Maybe we didn't need to because Derrick Henry was running so well, but it's still just like, I wish we would utilize these receivers more because they're clearly talented and they can make plays. But it is what it is. I don't want to complain too much after a huge win like this, but I'm still scratching my head sometimes whenever I'm like, A.J. Brown is in the game. Throw him the ball. Adam Humphries can beat anybody in the slot. Why aren't we calling plays for him?
Anthony Ferkser can catch anything.
It is what it is.
And throw it to him, which we do.
Let's just ride Henry, I guess. That whatever it takes to win. That's what this league is about. However you get there.
And we took however to get there. I will say
takeaway?
that is we took that route on Sunday.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
We took an interesting route there. How about little drama from the game? Taylor Lewan getting 3 penalties, much maligned. Taylor Lewan from this game. He tweeted after the game talking about how he knows he's hurting the team. He's got to cut out the BS and get better. And talk is fine. I don't care about the talk or the tweets. We want to see you do that on the field, what you keep preaching about, limiting the penalties, killing drives. That's yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
how do you feel about Taylor
There was
Lewan right now?
if we had gone on,
paid big bucks.
if we
for
had
this
gone
guy.
on to lose the game against the Chiefs, there would have been so many points that stood out where you could pick apart. And Taylor Lewan's was not a little moment. It was a big moment that stood out. I mean, this is something that he's been doing since he came in the league, and each year has been saying he's going to improve, and it feels like he's slightly improved, but there's still lapses into just on Sunday where 3 horrible penalties, 2 of them back to back. That just like absolutely that's a drive.
Yeah.
The Titans offense has never been good enough to just like be able to overcome like one drive in a game. We just don't put up that many points since he's been on the team. So that's why his penalties like loom larger than if he played for, another team, a high flying offense. Like honestly, the Chiefs offense was getting so many penalties in the first half on Sunday, and it did not faze them at all.
It's like, second and 25.
Yeah, seriously,
we're fine.
But
it's fine.
A penalty
we can
against
overcome
the Titans
that.
offense, like that. Even Tony Romo, it was awesome listening to Romo commentate this game because he knew the Titans offense to a T. We would get in like a 3rd and 10 situation and be like, "This is not the Titans ball game." I'm like, dude, it hasn't been our ball game for freaking a decade. He's like spot on. We don't do 3rd and long. We can barely do 3rd. In fact, in the first half, the first 2 sacks were actually on the 3rd and 3 and the 3rd and 5. We can't even do 3rd and short. 3rd downs are just not our downs. So
and also one of the sacks was. Oh wait, never mind. My brain went to the defensive side.
Oh,
never mind. Carry on.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't just you should just not interrupt again next time you're thinking about interrupting, and then your brain won't
worst.
do that.
When I interrupt your train of thought, and then I'm like, oh wait, I got nothing because I misunderstood you. Now carry on. What a terrible way to do a podcast and a recap, just interrupting your flow like that.
Yeah, totally. Get out of here, bro. Anyways, you know what? Taylor Lewan's got to produce on the field. I'm done with the talk. I don't care what he says in the locker room on Twitter. It's like, dude, I don't care what Vrabel says about you. You don't need production to be a leader either. If he wants to stay around on this team, dude's got to produce, or he's gonna be on another team. That's how it's gonna work out. We'll find someone else to take on this contract, hopefully. But it's not looking like, I think the O-line has a leadership problem. It's because Taylor Lewan is kind of the self-proclaimed leader, and he just doesn't produce. He has moments of just stupidity and just like where he lets his emotions take control and doesn't think about the game situation. And that is also how I view Vrabel as a leader, where it's like, man, he can really put us in a hole with how he, strategically thinks about football and the football game. So maybe just a leadership problem in general with the Titans on offense. But man, he's got to come out and play really well this next half of the year. He's struggled. He's had a bad first half and even missed the first 4 games. He's only played 4 games. He's only played a quarter of a season. And
I think it's 6. He missed the first 4, and we've played 10 total now. But he's still up there and leading the league in penalties after.
I had my games
6 games
mixed up. Yeah.
Okay. You're forgiven.
But still, he's only played 6 out of 10, and that's the case. That is a
totally
problem,
agree.
and that is I don't think it's a fundamentals problem. It's the dude. It's his personality, man. He's got to get that. He's got to find a way to get himself disciplined in that category.
Rein it in,
because he is hurting
rein it in.
the
He's
team.
so emotional.
Rein it in, dude.
Pushing the Kansas City guy aggressively after the whistle, like 5 seconds after the whistle, like, dude, between the whistles, man, play between the whistles. And, I loved seeing A.J. Brown, rookie, coming up to the highest paid player on the team, the highest paid offensive lineman in the NFL, and saying, dude, you're hurting us. Get out of here. Stop hurting the team. Did you see A.J. Brown get up? I saw that, dude, and I'm going to question you a little bit because everyone was like freaking out about A.J. Brown's leadership skills. I saw like 200 people tweet that at Taylor Lewan during the game. Are you saying all those people on Twitter have leadership skills too because we called him out about his penalties? I'm just saying those penalties were so dumb. I would be worried if there weren't more. I'm worried because not everyone on the offense was like getting in Taylor Lewan's face. It was only A.J. Brown. Like that's what worries me. Like that's what we need.
We need everyone having that accountability. We don't have it on this team. It doesn't start from the top down. There's no kind of accountability. So when A.J. Brown says a little thing like, dude, that's a dumb penalty, and he's the only one who says it, like people aren't freaking out that Taylor Lewan just torpedoed a great opportunity, a possession single-handedly, then I think that's an issue too. There's too many people that are okay with it. Not on Twitter, though.
I
Not
agree
on
with
Twitter.
You, but I agree with you, but that's still a good thing to see A.J. Brown doing. At least somebody
it is a good thing to see.
Somebody's got to step up. It sucks that it has to be a rookie wide receiver to come in and shoot a guy straight and be like, this can't happen. Yeah, but somebody's doing it. I would hope that Henry, becoming the leader he is, will be more in your face and setting guys straight. Ryan Tannehill,
Maybe.
He's still new to the team, new leading this team, so I don't expect him to like knock a guy upside the head and be like, "What the F, bro? I know I'm the new kid here, the new guy on the block, but you're killing us." I don't know. I think the locker room respects Ryan Tannehill enough at this point where he can just take hold of everybody and be like, "Yo, this is my team, and if you're going to hurt us, then I'm going to let you know about it."
And somehow, despite all those penalties and everything else we did poorly, we managed to win the game. That never happens, and it happens. Good job, Titans. Man. Good job, and offensive line.
We do need to credit the coaches because I know I criticized the passing scheme earlier, and they've been under fire the whole season, especially offense and the head coach. But I thought, give them credit. This team was ready to play this game. They came out playing hard, playing with fire. They came in with a good plan. Give the ball to Henry. That's the plan. That's how you need to attack the Chiefs. I know, sustain long drives, keep Mahomes on the sideline for as much as possible, control time of possession. And we didn't really do that. I think the Chiefs severely outgained us in time of possession and yards and first downs.
That's why it was so improbable.
But overall, we still played well. They had to settle for 4 field goals throughout the game. And then the offense, obviously, they did what we needed them to do, putting up 35 points. So credit to the coaches for coming in and putting together a good game plan. You guys, this is the right start for your path for redemption, for Titans showing up to play and playing hard and getting a big win. It's very encouraging to see.
We have a long way to go still. We were just very, very opportunistic as a team against the Chiefs on offense and defense. I think we were very great. We had the Chiefs did a great job at giving us the least amount of opportunities as possible, but did we take advantage of them. From Rashad Evans to Khalif Raymond to, Kalu. They were taking advantage of opportunities. But as a whole, there was a lot to criticize. And so we're going into a stretch where we're going to play a lot of division games. This is where we played really sucky football, especially after getting a statement win. It's division games. We gotta put a better product out there.
Yep.
Against the divisional teams, Justin. Okay,
yes, and you're kind of leading into my next talking point, but I do want to back up and because I forgot to give this player a shout out, more of a J-Rob late round pick. And I didn't even realize he was like in the game. Like maybe I'm just a bad Titans fan, but when I looked at the box score, I was like, oh, he had like 6 tackles and had the forced fumble where Rashaan Evans returned it for a touchdown. David Long, a rookie linebacker, we got him in the 6th or 7th round. I can't even remember off the top of my head what school he came from, but just a guy J-Rob picked up late, and he made one of the biggest plays in the game, forcing that fumble. So shout out David Long. Just another guy that was an afterthought during the draft, apparently, because he was picked so late. That's coming in, and these picks are paying dividends for us. But yes, on to the final point that I have, unless you have anything in specific to say about the Kansas City win, is looking ahead after the bye week. This is where the season will be won or lost. Like you said, we have the bye, then we have 2 straight divisional matchups. We've got to get these wins against Jacksonville and Indianapolis. And if we do that, we'll have split the season series with them. We'll be well back into the division race at 7-5. But
do we have 3 straight divisional games? Huh? We play Jacksonville, Indianapolis, and Houston?
I'm just talking about the next 2 games. We will have.
I know. I'm saying, do we have? Is the game after Indianapolis, Houston?
Oh no, I think it's the Raiders, and then we play Houston.
So I haven't looked at the schedule
Saints,
after the bye week
Houston
yet.
Again. I mean, the Oakland game might be shaping up to be a huge game too, because they're trending in the right direction right now.
Yeah, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. All right, keep going. My phone's getting low on battery.
Okay,
so
I'll try to be quick. But look at the schedule for our division opponents. Like, so much is going to be determined over these next 3 weeks. Houston plays Baltimore. That could be a loss. And then they also play Indianapolis on 2 Thursday nights from now, I think. So that'll be a huge division game. And then they play New England. Houston could lose 2 out of the next 3, maybe all 3 if they don't beat Indianapolis. Indianapolis plays all the division the next 3 weeks. They play Jacksonville, Houston, then Tennessee. And then Jacksonville, of course, they play Houston, Indianapolis, and then Tampa Bay. So many divisional games going on these next 3 weeks, and so much is going to be decided here. This is it. This is the bread and butter of the season. What can the Titans do? I'm still not.
This is AFC South football.
This is AFC
year
South
in
football.
and year out. This is AFC South football.
Coming down
Welcome.
to the wire. I'm still not
Coming
like,
down.
yes, I feel like we're going to make the playoffs. My hope is restored. If this team can get to 7-5 after winning these next 2 games going into Oakland, then we'll be talking. Then I'll be excited. I'll be talking. Let's get this division. Let's. I don't know if we'll be in position to win a wild card. That's going to be tough. With like Buffalo, Oakland playing well, Steelers coming out of nowhere and winning games, that'll be a tough wild card spot to get. But if we come out 7-5 after these next 2 games, this division might very well be in our hands because we still have 2 games against Houston. So we'll see. We'll see how we do this.
Justin, let's just be honest and get this off our chest. The division will never be in our hands, ever. If we were going to win the division, it would come down to week 17 against Houston, and it's probably a win it for all for both teams. That is how it would pan out. The division will never just be in the palm of our hand.
Yeah.
And the day I see that is the day that, I don't know.
The day that you die. And then you won't see it.
Okay. Wow.
I don't know.
Well, maybe that's an odd prophecy that was just dropped here on Titans Tube and YouTube.
I take it back. Everyone's
Too late,
gonna be
dude.
fine.
You put it out there into existence. It is being woven into the fabric of time right now.
Oh my
I am
goodness.
doomed.
Space
It's a
time.
good thing the AFC South will never be like that. Thank
Yes.
God. I will live
You're
forever
good.
now. All right, hallelujah. All right, Justin,
Hallelujah.
I'm out of here, man.
So
How was
we're-
that episode? Pretty good. You got any
yeah.
less? You got final thoughts? You out of here?
No, I was probably just going to keep repeating my points that I am so prone to do. But your battery's dying, so we can wrap it up. This
battery's
is a
dying.
feel-good win. Enjoy the bye week. It'll be fun to watch some of these games on Sunday unfold, especially within the division. And yeah, it just makes the next games that much more impactful and meaningful. So we're back in it, guys. Titans save their season after a huge
Titans.
unexpected, or should we expect these wins? I honestly wasn't really expecting to win that game. But that's just because I'm a terrible fan.
Oh, at least you admit it. Awareness is the first step. That's Titans Tube signing out. Peace.
Signing out. Good day. Just want to get a few flag waves in, and we're good.